Hey, Philippe, you're totally mute. I can't hear you.
Oh, okay.
Nobody has listened a thing of what you said in the last 2 minutes. I have to tell
Okay.
you.
So that
I'm
is
sorry.
very symptomatic of actually a conversation about entertainment and such issues. So what I was talking about whilst I was muted, I was talking about the Meghan Markle interview and how platforms have changed over the past years. Because 10 years ago, it would have been impossible for you to have such a TV take a risk of that size. But now, since you had the individual platform of the creator of Oprah, it totally changed. So that was my intro leading to the fact that we will be discussing all things concerning creators, all things concerning platforms, the shifts that have happened and the shifts that will happen. So dear audience, apologies for this mistake on being unmuted. And once again, hello Thierry, nice to have you.
Hey, Philippe, thanks for having me. It's very nice to be here.
It's very nice to meet you as well. So usually what we start with is a personal story, a short introduction. So if you could give us a little bit about yourself and also about everyone.
Uh, well, it's. I'll try to keep it short. So please, if it's too long, just stop me. All right, because I have a very interesting life, and just I really have not a very common track record. I would say that uh, my my father is French, my mother is Mexican, and I lived about 7 years in Japan. So basically, that's already fixed. And right now, I'm living between France and Luxembourg. To make it clear, and I was always passionate by computing because in the 90s we were saying computing. We were not saying the internet or everything like that. I remember I was one of the first kids to have internet, and I wanted to become a video game maker when I was young. And I went to school. I did 1 year to learn how to model 3D models, and I was really bad at it. I suck at it big time. And so to pay the school at night, I had to go fixing computers and fixing web pages. And I realized I was making so much money by making. I was very frustrated because when you are 18, nobody takes you seriously. So I was a very angry and stupid a young man. So I decided to drop everything and to fly to Japan because I was thinking I can make it everywhere. I can make it over there. And I spent my first week sleeping in the streets with the hobos in Japan. It was a great experience. And then I started working in local companies. And in the end of my Japan stay, I was managing a team of 40 people for a sister company of Dentsu, and I was working on the launch communication campaign for the Nintendo DS. In Japan, I was working for the Toyota F1 team. I was working for National, Panasonic, and more. And I did a very nice career in Japan. Then I went back to Europe because I was still very young and arrogant. Built another company called Intruders TV, doing a lot of medias, and it was fun. But business model when you have a media company in the 2006 is not a good idea. Basically, sponsoring is not something that was working at that moment. So I quit, and I was hired by a big communication group called Fred and Farid, and I was head of digital. I worked for, I can't even say how many numbers of campaign, but to give you an example, we invented the first luxury app on the iStore, on the iTunes stores. It was for Van Cleef and Arpels. It's still there. Don't download it. It's buggy because nobody ever updated it. So please don't download the Van Cleef and Arpels watches app. We did that, and we were the first app of a luxurious brand in the App Store. It was a very fun sell. Imagine that in 2007, trying to sell someone who never saw an iPhone, what would be an app? So that was very cool. And after that, in 2012, I was so getting bored in this company. I decided to create my own with my business partner, Victor, and we created everyone just around the topic we love. And Victor and I, we love entertainment. So that's why we decided to work for TV shows, animes, video games, and a lot of topic we love. Is it short enough? Yeah?
It's perfect. All I have to say as well is a very interesting life story. But on to everyone who, by the way, dear audience, is NetGuru's partner. Your clients are both media shows, as we all know and love, like The Walking Dead or the Game of Thrones, but also brands like Skoda or Razer. Can you give us a glimpse? What is it that everyone actually does for them? And I don't mean marketing. I mean, what is the value? What are the cool things that you can tell us about?
Well, first of all, as I can say, we are usually what we say to people is that we are your best friend in everything digital. Basically, you can talk to us about any kind of topic. There is a way we can help you. This is usually the approach we have. But of course, we are a communication group, so we can go from A to Z, creating a brand, creating a name, creating a reason to exist and to believe. And also, of course, working on very specific topics like paid media, social media, communication, TV commercial. We can printing if you still are into print. Some people are still. We can do prints for you. We can do everything you can do in the communication line of work, I would say. Now, why people come to us? They usually come to us because we want to be leader. And when I'm saying that with a lot of humility, in terms of people, when they come to us, is because they are expecting us to give them some innovative idea, or usually when they want to go somewhere where nobody is still there yet. For example, Twitch or TikTok or something like that. If you want to get in those kind of places, nobody is there already, you can ask us. This is what we did for the iTunes apps, for example, for the iPhone apps. And this is what we love to do, actually, going beyond the frontiers and doing stuff. And TV shows and entertainment is a great way to do that, because usually the audience who are very creative and who always want to try the latest stuff, well, they want to find their favorite brands. And usually their favorite brands are entertainment brands like The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, and more and more. So what we try to do when we have customers is to push them to do the little thing that will make them look good. And as you said, we have been working in the last years for some TV shows in France, like The Walking Dead, all the HBO shows from Game of Thrones and all of it. And we are very proud to do some innovative stuff in communication, like when we landed on the Game of Thrones TV show, because I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat loved Game of Thrones. I hope so. We started by telling them we believe that fans in Europe would like to watch and react to the episode at the same time it's broadcasted in New York, for example. And so we were telling them we should do live tweets and live reaction at 3 a.m. in the morning in Europe times. And people were thinking we're just crazy because, who is going to go and react on an episode that is broadcast in New York at 3 a.m. in the morning? Well, more than 30,000 people every night, basically. And it was a big success. And this is how we landed on Game of Thrones, because we were talking in old Valerian languages with people on Twitter nobody could understand, because we had like these secret languages. And this is how you get the respect of association and communities and people who really take the show seriously. And all those fans, usually they believe that the production, the broadcasters, they don't give a shit about the show, and this is why they don't know how to communicate with them. So what we wanted to do is to be a bridge, actually. We wanted to bring the piece of honesty and transparency you want to have when you are a fan and you want to follow a show or something like that. And that, we love it. And to do that, you have to love entertainment, to work on Sunday night, because this is usually where entertainment happens, and to do this kind of stuff. And at the moment, and I have to be honest with you, Philip, still today, there is not a lot of agencies who are going to tell you, yes, let's do something Sunday night at 2 a.m. for the Golden Globes, because usually agencies are sleeping, right? Well, when we work in entertainment, you never sleep. You usually work where people are getting entertained, and this is what we love to do, and this is why people actually come to us. So we have for example, now these customers for anime. Anime is very popular in Europe right now. And it's so good to have people in our company speaking Japanese, for example. So what is great for fans is that we can provide them news directly coming from Japan or from the studios, and we have a small office in Tokyo. So we can, for example, buy the cool snacks or the cool goodies you can have in Japan and bring them back to the fans, and really delivering the best service a fan can dream of. Because a show is only 30 minutes, and the time you spend on internet is so much longer. So we really need to do that, and we love it. Definitely, it's a true work of passion.
I have to admit, it personally resonates with me because being from Poland, a lot of my favorite shows are American. So I also had to find a way of, making sure that when they release it in our night, which is the regular time zone, that I, being a massive fan of whichever TV show, that I could watch it. So I completely, it's relevant to me. It resonates with me. So now I have a question, of course, concerning COVID. We have to tick that one off the list. So over the past year, we've seen definitely less recordings overall. TV shows, entertainment material, commercials. Simply, the production plans couldn't happen physically, so we had less of that. I imagine that also some brands retracted a little bit, didn't go as brave on marketing or entertainment budgets. So my question to you is, am I right? Did they actually back out a little bit on marketing, or did they double down and utilize this? Was COVID bad for brands in terms of entertainment and marketing, and was it good or bad for agencies like yours?
Well, I have to say both, but you're gonna see you are not very far from the truth. I was very naive last year. I was thinking all my customers are in the entertainment industry, basically 80% of them, and I was thinking, oh, it's gonna be good year, it's okay, we can go through this. I was really wrong, actually. I was really wrong for a very simple reason. Entertainment companies are usually companies like any other companies. So when crazy time like pandemic happens, they have exactly the same behaviors than any other companies. They are scared. They are scared, but like hell. In the production companies, many production actually stopped. What was very surprising is that in the anime space, you might believe animation is easy because you don't need to get on the set, you don't need actors, you don't need stuff like that. But actually, it was a worldwide shock that everybody was paralyzed for many, many, many months. So nothing was going out. And because of that, the broadcaster, people for who we are working, like streaming platform and everything else, they were like exploding because everybody was at home watching all the streaming services. I was thinking it was great, but I was really wrong because we lost a lot of customers last year. I mean, it's crazy, but we lost customers who made a lot of profits last year. And we lost them because in the end, when your house is burning, everybody behaves exactly the same things. And in companies, when people are scared, like in 2008 or like in big time crisis, what do they cut first? They always cut communication first. And it's totally stupid because, of course, that's the first thing you should never cut, communication. And we got, for real, some customers came to us and telling us, we want a bigger agency. We want like a Publicis, Omnicom, or some people with 400 employees and a network of 200 agencies in the world because we feel reassured. Even if you build a success, even if you had like crazy results, I was thinking it would be all right because we had like great performances and everything. But at that moment, people became crazy. They're losing their shit, and they forgot about this. And we lost a lot of customers last year. To be honest with you, for the first time in 9 years, we don't know where we're going to be next year. And that never happened before in our company. So it was very surprising. And at the same time, we had some customers. We have this customer called ADN. Is the leader in Europe for anime, for example, as a streaming platform. They did usually they were doing a lot of physical stuff, like physical events, like conventions and big events with more than 100,000 people. So we decided to build a festival on Twitch, and it was a great success. And we invested a lot of money, more than for a physical event. And we did like concert from Japan. We invited Michel Polnareff. We even had the real Michel Polnareff in a show and stuff like that. It was crazy stuff with great results and great performances. So you see, you have both. But I'll be honest with you, we we were thinking we're going to win more customers actually last year, and it was the total opposite. So I'll be honest with you, the market for entertainment is really hard. We have been we are not only a communication agency, we produce stuff, because since we are working for entertainment shows for many years, we understand how it works. So last year we launched a project to build our own TV show, which has a very poor choice of years to do that. Last year. So we are building a TV show called Black Fury. It's a superhero show. It's something between Dune and Blade Runner, with conspiracy, spies, beautiful boys, beautiful girls. And if you love Blade Runner and Dune, you will be in love with this show. And I can tell you, we go to all the trade shows for films and anime and TV shows, and the ambience is exactly what I'm telling you. People are getting slow in buying stuff because they're afraid. They don't know what's going to happen. Is the world going into another lockdown? Can people travel again? And about the shooting the TV shows, it's very complicated because people has to be in quarantine. So everything is slow. And in the entertainment, everything is slowing down, and everybody is afraid, and that's a big problem for people like us, because usually we are at the end of the road. We are like the first company you're gonna ditch when you need to save money, and it's not very good. So this is why, to me, the future of agencies like us is not only helping brands. We need also to build something for audiences, and to go and to get our own customers. You know what I mean? Not just working for people who has customers, but as an agency, we need to produce our own stuff to get our own audience, so we can get more money out of it. Because if we are just waiting for the brands, well, we might have to wait until the end of the crisis.
And speaking of that, the end of the crisis, what would be your bet? Will we see the roaring 20s, mass consumer spending increase, entertainment, people wanting to sort of get back the time that was taken away from them? Do you think that back then we will see a spike?
It's I think so, because I know I will. I mean, as soon as the restaurant is open again, I will eat every day at the restaurant. It might happen. So yes, I believe so. I believe there's going to be a spike, that streaming services will suffer a little bit out of it. If you put back the planes at the same time, people will travel a lot to see their families and their friends. We haven't visited our office in Tokyo for more than a year, so I really have to go to Japan as soon as I can take a plane and stuff like that. But yes, I think there will be a spike in other industries than entertainment. And what I'm very faithful about is the music industry. People will go back directly to concerts and to theater and to every kind of form of real life experience and events. So I know it's a very bad time for events agencies, but as soon as this is over, people will want to go and to get together. So if this is going to be fun, I think. So yes, but my question is more when, actually. And I'm not very optimistic about it. We were supposed to work with Olympic Games in Japan this year. And from what I see, I don't even know if this is going to happen. We have the Olympic Games in France coming in 2024. And it's very hard to project, to imagine when this is going to be over. So in the meantime, it's the perfect time to try to think out of the box and to start digging the new concept of a new business model you can get. Because I also believe that even if a lot of people are going to go outside, a lot of people, I mean, they really got hurt during this crisis. So a lot of people are going to stay home, actually. I don't believe that people will take away their mask and go directly everywhere, hugging everybody. I'm not pretty sure of that. So we need to think about them too, and bring more entertainment on the table and more things to do. And we have a responsibility as NetGuru, or even myself. We have a responsibility, you to make things work, and us to keep the fun on. And that's why we are important in the industry. So we need to hold on.
Absolutely. We promise we will. You just mentioned a very important thing about sort of new tools, thinking about outside of the box. So let's dive into our next point, which is the Hall of Fame and the Hall of Shame. So what brands are doing right and what brands are doing wrong, and why is it mostly wrong? And where does that sort of unwarranted fear come from? We're thinking about the Twitches, Discords, Clubhouses, TikToks. Of course, TikTok has been around with us, even with the concept of Vine, a little bit earlier than all of those other platforms, but it still has this air of novelty, and brands are sort of sniffing around it, trying to figure it out, and not all of them can crack it. Why?
Well, because as usual, marketers kill everything they touch. Marketers is the worst race existing on Earth, and actually they destroy all the good things living in people and organic lives. I mean, seriously, it's like Clubhouse. I mean, I don't know if you're on Clubhouse. I have a Samsung. I have like that phone everybody on Earth has, but I cannot have access to Clubhouse. So what is Clubhouse in the end? It's just everything you know on LinkedIn just moved out on Clubhouse, and you are not being part of a club, because if you were not part of a club before Clubhouse, there is no reason you're going to be part of a club in Clubhouse, which means you were a passive audience in those circles, and you're still a passive audience in circles. So for me, for example, I don't believe in Clubhouse, because you can believe in platforms that can makes you think you can become someone or you can transform something. And this is where TikTok and Twitch is more interesting, because Clubhouse is just another place where people get transported to. And so if you are like a big marketing mouth in LinkedIn and you just move to Clubhouse, nothing changed. The same audience follow you. It's exactly the same stuff. I don't see what is the point of that. But on TikTok, there is no audience. Everybody is a creator. Everybody is creating something, and everybody is watching everybody, which makes for you possible to become famous and then to open an OnlyFans account, maybe. And this is what I mean, which is very exciting in new platform, is platforms that can make people project into something new. And when you see so many people changing jobs because of a pandemic, how many TV reports you see online, like people, I changed my life because of pandemics. I don't live in a city. I go to the countryside and raise a couple of goats. You know what? TikTok is exactly the same. It's an opportunity for a lot of people. And basically people who had no audiences, you can see some, I would say, old people. You can be plus 50 and become someone on TikTok. You can be plus 50 and become someone great on Twitch. You can be a has-been TV host and become an incredible popular Twitch host, and which is exactly what's going on in France, for example. So it's and this is what is the essence of social media, is transforming you in a better you. And everything that is not doing that is just not killing it. And this is why Instagram became so popular, because Instagram were, this time Instagram was there at the beginning. There was a lot of competitors. And why the other competitors didn't win the race? Well, that was simple, because Instagram makes you the star of your photos. It showed you at a better way. Everybody was beautiful on Instagram, and still are. And this is why it's working, because you can become something, a better version of yourself. And this is entertainment too. We live for the dream. People want to dream to become something better. And this is what the platform is bringing. And the brands, well, the brands, many of them don't have a soul or a brain. So what they see is a mass population moving, and they are thinking, oh, I want to go there. And Coca-Cola certainly remembers that they missed the Facebook train, and I remember, I cannot say the name, but I remember in 2007, some car brands came to me, and we won these car brands for communication global, and I had a meeting to speak about social media, and the communication manager told me, you know what, Terry, now that you won the account, we want you to tell us how to delete the Facebook page, because we think it's stupid, and we think nobody gives a shit about it. And it was 2007, and I was like, okay, so my job is to show you why you are going to sell cars through your Facebook pages. And I can tell you, at the beginning, people were like thinking I was freaking crazy, that you're going to buy a car through Facebook. And today, this is a common thing, to buy a car, or at least to start the beginning of a funnel from Facebook. And this is like mandatory for any car brand to have a Facebook page now. And this is our job to do, is actually to break some obstacle, to show by the proofs some of my customers were fighting back to not be on Twitch 2 years ago. And I was telling them, there is a prime to be the number one because we're going to build the audience. And in 2 or 3 years, when it's going to be popular, you'll be there already. And we convinced them last year, and we started a little bit. And now, since 2 months, this is like a tsunami on Twitch. Everybody wants to be on Twitch, like everybody. And my customer told me the other day, oh, if only I knew, I wish we would be stronger last year on Twitch. And I was like, yeah, sure, we told you that. We told you to do that. So why don't you listen to the agency, you know? And this is what this is why actually brands are not making it, because I think the brands that makes the best on TikTok are the ones who just buy ads. Because at least for one reason, a simple one, you are in your profile. This is your play. You are a brand, you're making TV commercial, you put commercial on TikTok. Okay, this is normal. It's because of you, the fun can keep going on. It's because of you, we can have a party. This is great. If your ads are cool, okay, one more point, it's good. But when the brands try to be more, unique, in the end, they are just copying what famous people are doing on TikTok. And this is usually when it failed, And when you see there is a phone brand I can name because I don't give a shit, Xiaomi in France, for example, I mean, they have like a young team. They are very nice. I mean, those boys and girls are beautiful, but they are just like doing again what happens in every TikTok. So they do the same dance, they do the same tricks, they do the same stuff, and showing the phone. Of course, the phone is the hero of the thing, but it's boring. It's just bland, There is no feeling. And I would like to make a cross to the more popular platforms in the world, Philip. It's the porn platform. So when you watch the statistic, not the porn platform, of course, but when you watch the statistics of porn platforms, you always notice that the best category of everything is amateur. And there is a reason why. It's because people want to see real stuff. They want to see real people. They want to try to have a connection with the same emotion and experience of people. And this is why TikTok is killing it. It's because people want to see real people doing stuff. So to me, the best brands on TikTok are the sport team in the US. I mean, and you know why? Because they have, this big mascot, these stuffed animals, and they have funny TikTok accounts. And I think they are great because every team has its own personality and shapes and traditions, and they do a lot of funny things, and sometimes they gather together and they do stupid things, and it's very fun. But it's also a communication and it's brand, and it's everything a marketer could love. But it's interesting because it's creative. So the brands actually, they need something to go on TikTok, something easy. They need an agency. They really need an agency. And this is, to me, the other thing. The big trend I see from last year is companies think they can do it themselves more and more. You do remember, Philip, this time where people were telling you, I'm going to ask my nephew to do my web page, He can build a 10 HTML page. I don't need you. We can build a WordPress or modify a Joomla or some shit like that, And and all the time we had to suffer this. But last year, it's like crazy trend. People, we work for retailers too, and some retailers who only live because of paid media. They only make money because of paid media. They come to us and says, you know what, Thierry, next year we're going to do it ourselves. And I say, okay, did you hire any big shot, of paid media and stuff like that? Oh, no, we're going to do it ourselves. We watched some tutorials on YouTube, and the 1 million euro income we are doing this year, I think we can do it ourselves. Okay. So you can call me back in 3 months. It's okay. You can, you can stop the service, call us back in 3 months. I mean, come on, man. It's like when I tell those brands, you know what? When you go to fix your teeth, you go to the auto part, right? Because it's like the guy, he's making a recipe because he watched a video on YouTube and he thinks he can become the new head of patisserie at Georges V in the Champs-Élysées. This is what you think. And to me, coming from big brain, like communication managers, marketing managers, those guys, they are very nice brain, they made a lot of studies, and they tell you right that in your face. Oh, it's just social media. We can do it ourselves. We can have a couple of interns and they can do social media. And then you see what happened with Burger King yesterday for the Women's Day. I mean, congratulations. This is what happened when you let a kid doing a man's job. So it's very complicated for us because a lot of people think the expertise doesn't reside with experts, and this is something we need to fight on, because what we want for the brand is the best, of course, and we don't want them to look stupid online. And I can give you example of many brands who started a TikTok last year and they didn't follow up because they were just thinking stupid. McDonald's, Coca-Cola, many of big brands, they did stuff, but with very small amount of views. Because guess what? When I'm on TikTok, on my For You page, nobody has Coca-Cola, unless you're a Coca-Cola collector. There is no reason to be there. So to me, the best smart way to be on TikTok is to be an advertiser, and this is where the public is waiting you for. And the influencers, it's also another kind of business too. So yeah, to me, marketers ruined everything, and we need to put back the entertainment on. And this is exactly what happened with Kibi, for example. You remember these services, the streaming services. We love streaming services. We worked for them for 9 years, so we love them. And Kibi, as soon as it was out, we said it was going to die, because before Kibi, we had the same kind of stuff in France. Actually, it was called. It was made by Canal Plus, which is a big network in France, and they did this app on iPhone or in every phone, and you could watch 1 minute show. It was like 1-2 minute show maximum tops, and you could watch them. And some of them were made with big names. We put a lot of money in that, and it didn't work. And a lot of people were like, I don't understand why people watch 1 minute Instagram, and why don't they watch a full TV show in 1 minute? And this is when you realize those people didn't get what people love in those short movies or in the short stuff in Instagram, because we didn't have a fucking agency again. No, but I mean, seriously, it's because actually people don't give a shit about creation. People give a shit about feeling good vibes. You are in the train commuting from A to B, and you want to watch Instagram and TikTok because it's small, it's smart, it's funny. A TV show, it's too sophisticated. It's fake. Everybody know a TV show is fake. Only when I was a kid and watching Airwolf on TV, I was like, oh man, this helicopter is so cool. Today, the audience is educated. They don't need you. They don't need you to tell you what you should watch. And that's something else. Freedom in what you are watching. So the success should come from the good idea that is bringing. I'm not saying that audience is always right. What I'm saying is just that, of course, putting 20,000 euro in 1 minute content is stupid, because nobody's making 20,000 euro for 1 minute content in Instagram anyway. So you start from that. And at NetGuru, you are very business oriented, I believe so. But in our work, even if this is entertainment, you have to be money wise. So you cannot produce 1 minute video. I mean, 1 minute video for 30,000 euro is like the best studio in the world of animation, and it's in Poland too, by the way. It's called Digic Factory. It's a crazy company. They do all the videos for Assassin's Creed, for example, all the cool CGI stuff. This is like, they are very expensive, but it's worth it because it's so good, your eyes are crying. And this is what people want. So, or you invest a lot and you make something incredible, like all the good stuff Netflix is making and more are making, or you are the real amateur and you do something that is reverbing and vibrating with the audience, and which is the best.
And this is very interesting about Quibi, because it wasn't a stupid idea inside one marketing department with no supervision of the CMO. This was Jeffrey Katzenberg, so notable works like Shrek, and a long time in media. And on the other side, someone putting in almost $2 billion and not thinking about what you just said. So the calculation, the sort of cost per minute of the entertainment that I'm trying to sell to the end user. So it's very
because
interesting.
they are not in the TV show, they're in the startup show, the valuation shit, and they think they want to become Uber, and to me, it's not a business where the entertainment has always been business. When you think about movies, I mean, it's what we learn making TV shows teach us to be very humble about something. Did you know that it can take 9 years to make a simple movie for TV? So it's we are talking about 3 million euros. When you are making a movie for television, it's not a lot of money. 3 million euros. A lot of startups raise like that, in 2 months. But some people and the dedication of the people working in entertainment is crazy. People are not eating for 8 years to build their dream of a long feature film, and they raise money through 200 people, different people and organism to make it happen. And you're going to watch that, on the Wednesday afternoon, 2 p.m. Nobody will give a shit about it, but this is your life and blood into it. And I think that Kibi's people and venture capitalists, they can't understand that. And because for them, 3 million, it's like this. And they believe in masses. They believe masses has no brain. If the masses eat stupid Instagram stories, they will eat not stupid 1 minute content, which is a very stupid thinking, by the way. And this is what I mean. The how many Uber for how many losses, Uber and when you see like companies like streaming services are only profitable for 1 year, like Netflix, they did. Oh, we are profitable now, like since last year. I mean, they exist for how many years now? 12 years? How many companies can you survive 12 years with not making any profit right now? No. So this is why, to me, it's not the good example. And I can tell you, when I see how much work you have to put to just put a one episode out, and I truly believe we don't deserve social media, because social media is too good to be true. We can do, see this webinar, if for every new customers, I take clothes off, okay? For any new customer, I mean, come on, we are making a very simple content. It's not very expensive, but maybe it can bring some knowledge to people. Maybe some people watching this, we want to go into entertainment services, hire NetGuru, hire everyone, doing something with us. And this is the opportunity everybody is burning. And this is what I mean by that. Everybody should be producing content like you do today, all the time, every day, every hour of the day, because this is the opportunity that can change lives, and not a very fine, nice 1 minute show. And the worst of Kibi is that this 1 minute show, you cannot resell them because nobody can buy them, because it's too short, it's too small. I mean, how many people were killed in the process? Do they even care? You know what I mean? I mean, how many people lose their jobs over that? And we are talking about responsibility, and what pandemic really teaches us today is that you have a responsibility to the people you are bringing in an adventure like this one. And they had enough money to make the company live 2 or 3 more years, to pivot, to do something else. No, they killed it to save their own money. And I mean, this is like, can we think like this in 2021? I'm not sure.
Just for the context of our audience, when Thierry here was talking about budgets, for example, Empire, a TV show about a family of music producers and musicians, has an average budget of $4 million per episode. So money is needed, and it's needed for a reason, but it needs to be made back, right? It's still a business. But you mentioned TikTok, and that's also what I wanted to talk about, because over the pandemic, we've seen bold moves from companies like Walmart, so very physical, or Shopify, not physical at all, partnering with TikTok to maximize the power of the platform and the individuals, the creators of the platform. So we know for a fact that TikTok isn't sleeping on this fact. They realize the power that is within their creators and the collective mass of the creators. And I know that ByteDance and TikTok are actually creating integrated media agencies within TikTok, like TikTok for Business. So the uncomfortable question for me here is, if TikTok is so great, the platform is so great, and the creator of the app understands the creators, the platform, and the audiences, is this a big risk for other agencies like yours?
Yeah, they want to fuck me. They want to fuck me all the way. And because platforms understood something, and what TikTok is doing is very smart. They learn from Instagram. They learn from Facebook. Facebook is so stupid. At least they got an audience. But business-wise, it's a very stupid business. And what TikTok learned is that who is making money in the end. And they don't want to wait so many years to be profitable. They are right. So what they want to do is that they want to take every businesses. It means if you are, some of my customers are working with TikTok bypassing me. I can tell you today. I know you. I can see you guys. But you know what? They think, oh, it's not really bypassing the agencies because it's a platform, so it's like a TV or something. Yeah, they're right. When they come to the sales guy, hey, I'm TikTok, so I'm going to sell you this space, this space, this space. Okay, so far so good. And then they're going to tell them, but you don't know how to do TikTok, do you? No. So I got this guy. He know how to do TikTok, like a famous guy on TikTok. I can sell you for this price, and he's doing my job now. And then he's saying, "You now you can do that. I understand your brand, so you can do this and this and this and this." So this is going to work, but for a small amount of time and for a simple reason: they don't make the good hires. Because I remember Snapchat at the beginning, they wanted to do the same. So they have some very nice salespeople calling you, hey, I'm Snapchat. Do you know how to work the Snapchat map and all this very complex stuff like the stickers, the localization stickers, and blah, blah, blah. And people were lost in the ways because they were just talking to salespeople who don't understand what are KPIs, objectives, and what they care about the Snapchat KPIs. But when you get someone on the line who is telling you, I need to sell 10,000 liters of milk, I don't know, or I need to sell 2,000 boxes of whatever product, and the Snapchat guys, he can just tell you, okay, you're gonna get a CPM of that numbers, and this is where agencies are useful because we work for businesses. We don't work for KPIs, which is very different to me. So of course, TikTok is winning this one. I'll be honest with you. It's of course we can sell TikTok and we can sell you TikTok influencers and TikTok campaign and teaching you how to do the best TikToks you can. But they do it too. So which one are you going to believe? Are you going to believe the agency with 20 years experience? Are you going to believe the TikTok themselves? And a lot of brands are going to say, I believe the platform. But the platform is not always the best user of the platform. Think about Facebook. Think about Instagram and WhatsApp. Think about WhatsApp. WhatsApp is Facebook. They never managed to do something together. How many messengers from the Facebook brand do you have? Facebook messengers, WhatsApp, and the marketplace, and the blah, 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 and the thing, and the that. I mean, uh, you just need to see that to understand they are fucking stupid and they don't have a good hires. So TikTok needs to do the same. But I'll be honest with you, if you are a great communication manager, do you want to work for TikTok? Is it the path of career you want to do? So TikTok now needs to get some credibility about that. They need to win some awards and show that they can compete with real creative agencies. Some platforms like Snapchat are very smart. They are getting partners with big agencies so they can kill small agencies like myself. So, for example, I see Instagram with the stories, they do some partnership with key agencies in my area. And so then, if you are customers and you have to choose between me and someone who is partner with Instagram, who are you going to choose? Of course, the partner has some knowledge, but because I am outside of the platform, we can disrupt things. And that's a good point because this is disruption talk. So the good thing about making result is by breaking the rules. Like when we were live tweeting the shows at 3 a.m. in the morning. This is my point. If you want to be different, you have to act different. So if you want to disrupt TikTok, you need to break it, and you need to really break it. And because TikTok is in the end very smooth. I mean, you know what I mean. If you don't do the right dance, you will not get the views. If you don't do what people are expecting you to see, this is why every time you watch TikTok, you're always listening to the same songs. You know what I mean? It's because everybody is doing the same shit to have hope to get audience. Well, guess what? This is going to be boring at some time. So this is the test for TikTok is this one. Twitch to me is more advanced than TikTok on this one because Twitch went from the gaming platform into your everything gaming. We had some concerts on Twitch with great results. I can't wait to see all the music going to Twitch, for example. I can't wait to see the music industry invade Twitch and to see more stuff. The B2B, like this disruption talk, Philip, I mean, this should be on Twitch too. and I'm pretty sure we're going to get success because in my company, we do this kind of show, and we do it on Twitch. And every week, more and more, we get more and more and more and more attraction because actually this content doesn't exist on Twitch. It's easy to turn on, it's very reliable, and it's free. So a lot of people are using it, and Twitch is waiting to get more than just gaming, and it's coming like a big tsunami. So the job of an agency is this one, is to bring the brand in a boat and to sail all around the platforms and not stopped by anyone. It's okay to not be on Snapchat today. This is what I mean. When you said 5 years ago you had to be on Snapchat, it was a reality, it was a truth, it was good to be there. But it's okay to say in 2021 you don't want to be in Snapchat anymore. Nobody's going to die. And we have great brands showing us the way, like Burberry. Luxury brand are the best brands to watch in these areas because Burberry was the first luxury brand on Snapchat. They did well. Have you been to Burberry recently on Snapchat? Of course, we're not here anymore. They are now on TikTok, and they are now everywhere else they should be. And this is what is interesting. It's you cannot think the social media platform like the TV. TV is TV, and it's like the old gods. It will always be there, and so you keep the TV, but the social media, you are not married with it. I mean, when your audience don't give a fuck about Snapchat, you should move into where they give a fuck, actually. And it's okay to move your investment. Nobody's going to die because of that, just the platform. This is why you're totally right. TikTok is competing with me. They are winning it. Good for them. Until there will be something killing TikTok, but I still be there, helping my customers to go around all of this and to find the greatest platforms. And I will be there because of that, because our job is not to sell a platform. Our job is to sell product. And in entertainment, it's even better than that. Selling our product is making our audience and customers happy. And you know what? In a piracy world like the one we're living right now, making audience happy means making everybody happy, which is great because some people who were downloading illegally your content because of a community, because of the warmth of everything you bring to them, and because you are not stuck in a platform, but you can be wherever he is, like Discord, for example. I mean, being in Discord is still early today. To me, it's very early to be in Discord yet. But if what you sell for the audience, it means something to be in Discord, yes, it's one more reason to buy your stuff. And I think this is fair enough to go where the people are. But to do that, you need to trust your agency and you need to give them the means, to make it work. Because to me, the biggest enemy of our business is being scared. I mean, Philip, this is like Star Wars. If you're scared, you just fall to the dark side and you become stupid. And in communication, it's exactly the same. When the brands become scared, they just froze and do stuff internally. 1 week after, they're disappointed, so they stop it. I mean, how many brands have you heard that says, "Oh, we don't want Twitter"? I mean, the Twitter thing is the best thing to me. I mean, oh no, Twitter, we don't do it. Why? Because we tried to tweet once, but there were no results, so we stopped it. So okay, but how many tweets did you do? We did like two tweets a week. I mean, we were committed. We make 2 tweets a week, and nothing happened. Yeah, no kidding. And when we tell them, you know what, doing Twitter is posting 30 messages per day minimum, and retweeting people and liking people and starting conversation. You do it for 3 months this way. But do you know what it means to write 30 times per day? It means you have to have someone to do it. Yeah, sure. Nothing is free in this world. This is why you hire agency. So we do it for you. So you don't have to take a guy who is useful in your company to tweet 30 tweets a day because it's not his job to do. It's mine to do. And this is why agencies exist. We exist to do that. So then you can become a good person on Twitter and be relevant. But when you see brands thinking just on a 3-month vision, it's not possible. So when someone asks us, I want to go on Twitch, and I say, are you committed to go full throttle 1 year? 1 year? No. So I say, you should not do it because you're going to be disappointed. Because in 3 months, if you are not affiliated, you're gonna die. So we built a Twitch channel at the agency to showcase the customers how fast you can be affiliate, the statue affiliate in Twitch. So we did only show that we were sure that we were going to work. So we were affiliated in 6 days only. So we said to our customers, you can be affiliated in 6 days if you do the proper thing. If you do what you want to do, that means very classic dumb shit stuff. Well, of course, you don't get any results. So this is why you need a full year to do that. And this is the way you can measure if you are good in communication or not. And I'm telling that to you, the audience watching this, everybody, guys, if you are taking any decisions in social media, if you cannot be committed for a full year in trying something, you are not doing it the right way. You will not get results. You'll be disappointed, and then you will believe fake thing about the platforms, and it's not good for your business. So this is why agencies exist. And it's important, because it's our job. The job of a brand is to sell their own thing, to be expert in the product, not to be expert in communication. And this is why nobody can do it internally.
So we have less than 10 minutes to close. So I have 2 questions of my own and some from the audience. They are light, the ones from me. They're not really entertainment specific, but you answer them as you please. Question number 1, I just gave you a magic wand. And with a flip of that magic wand, you can cast a spell that will make sure that every 12-year-old on the planet will have access to a specific kind of education. Is it about communication? Is it about personal finance? Is it about coding? You tell me, what do you think from your perspective is something that would make the world a better place if we taught it to every 12-year-old?
EQ, emotional quotient. And I'm not saying coding, because if you wish your kids to learn coding, it's like if you wish your kids to become slaves. And I want my kids to become Steve Jobs, not slaves. And Steve Jobs didn't code anyway. So you see, you don't need coding, guys. So I wish the kids to be more empathic to each other and to clearly learn how to communicate with people, because this is the key of everything, actually. Communicating, making groups, making a team, working as a team, and doing. And this is something, when I see kids today, this is something that is not losing. Everybody believes it's a competition because of social media, partially, and video games too. But it's a competition you can win if you are a team and if you can understand how people are feeling. Putting your feet in somebody else's shoes, to me, is the best feature and function you can have, because this is what we try to do every day, understanding the audiences, the customers, and everybody, and makes everybody happy. So more emotional quotient, and the world will be a better place.
Yeah, agreed. And the next question from me, last question from me, is your decision-making framework. Be it concerning choosing a partner, making a decision on whether this campaign should go or not, whether this choice of your client will deliver them value. What is like the rule of thumb that you follow to say good decision or bad decision?
This is going to be a very unpopular answer. So my decision frame is simple. I totally forgot who told me this, so I can't really get back to the right person. But take the small decision very wisely and take all the time in the world to answer the small decision. And for the big, important decision, take them fast as you can. So all the biggest decisions I took for the company, I took them in less than 10 seconds. And all the small decisions, like what's going to be the color of this or that, or what I'm going to eat this lunch, I don't know. It's going to take some time, I think, to figure it out. Take small decision very wisely. Take big decision very fastly. And this is the best way to never regret anything. It's very important, because when I see the way people are feeling with their mental health, particularly in the pandemic years like this, I feel like people live, people don't give them enough credit. And when people are sick, sad, or they are suffering in their mental health, it's because they are too good to be true. Most people, they put too much responsibilities on their shoulders. And a good way to take that away and to feel good about it is to take big decisions very fast. So then you are happy with what you're going to choose. If you want to leave your work and raise some goats, that's good. If this is what you want, you should do it. Why are you waiting for? And usually those are good answers. When I met my wife, I knew in 5 seconds she's going to be my wife, even if she was married at that moment. It doesn't matter. What matters is that what are the big decisions you are taking, and do it. Because usually when you make big stuff, only good things happen. And the small decisions you can take times. Like I know, like buying a books. I can spend like 2 weeks with a book in my this book and stuff like that. But pivoting the company, deciding to make a TV show took us 10 seconds. And this is why I really value my business partner, Victor. He's better than a brother I could have in my own blood, because we understand each other perfectly. I can take decisions, even big ones. I don't need to talk to him about it because I know he will agree, and he always agree with me. And the same for him. So that is important. All the big decisions, very fast. All the small one, take your time.
All right, that's a good one. And now onto the audience questions. We have Maciej, whom I think you know.
Yeah.
He says, hi, he's looking forward to seeing you, but his question is the newest social media platforms that emerged in the recent times. Which one is going to be booming in 2022? Maybe there are some platforms that are not yet popular, but you can give us some secret insights about ones that we will be opening our eyes to in a year.
Well, I'd say, of course, Twitch and TikTok are still much more to give. And if you are not there yet, if you haven't tried it yet, you need to be there. And my first advice is that become a user first of it. Before thinking, what are you going to do it? Be a user. TikTok at the beginning, I was registered since I think 6 years ago when it was in China. So, there was this small animation in Christmas, like, how long have you been on TikTok? And I was like the oldest one in everybody I knew. And I was like, man. And so sometimes things you can see 6 years ago doesn't mean it's going to be popular. But what is important is to become a user. You don't know what Twitch is until you have streamed a video game yourself. And when you do that, and I can tell you, like, in the last 6 months, I have streamed every day for 3 months. I have streamed myself personally, playing video games with friends or alone, to understand what it means. And I'm pretty sure that if you try as a user Twitch and TikTok, you're gonna fall in love with. And then for the next new platforms, I think messaging still has a lot to do. So I'm using a lot Telegram. I'm using a lot WhatsApp. When I see how people has a shift between a text message and WhatsApp, I'm surprised. I mean, I speak to customers on WhatsApp. I always thought like WhatsApp was like for my secret relationship or something like that. But anyway, and I'm talking to everybody there, and it's very scary to have my mom on this too. So so messaging apps hasn't said it all, but when you see how WhatsApp and the other hasn't evolved a lot, if I was young and with VC money, I would do something in messaging space. And sometimes the good thing to know what's going on is to watch what's going on in Korea and in Japan. And I remember there is an app called Line. It's like WhatsApp, but Line exists since the 2000s. Like 2003, there was a Line already in Korea and in Japan. And WhatsApp, we got it like many years after that. So if you want to know what's going to happen soon, get to know what's happening in Asia. Have a look to Asia, because you might get inspired.
Okay. So, Maciej, I'm pretty sure that satisfies your
I hope so.
And now the last question, and a very important one. At a crossroads of business, entertainment, and artistry of music, when we spoke about the economics of Quibi and why it didn't work out, so the overinvestment per minute of content, we flip that and we look at Spotify. Spotify rewards you for streams of your songs, thus incentivizing creators to make an album with maybe not 5 songs that would be 10-minute long, but 10 songs that would be 5-minute long, right? So
what Thomas asked is a typical Marvel question, a typical Avengers question. Should you do the right thing or the bad thing? I would say do the money thing. It's simple. I think everybody underestimates Spotify's influence on the music industry. Spotify today is the only way to make music in the world right now because of the pandemic, particularly. If you remember, before the pandemic, everybody was thinking tour is the way to make money and merchandise and all of this, and it was totally true. And Spotify was important, but in the background. But since pandemic, Spotify is the way to go. And what Thomas is saying is unfortunately right. I think it's going to be fixed soon, to be honest with you. But when you see all the, I mean, it's crazy because people don't realize that, but there is an incredible ecosystem around Spotify of marketers, gurus, services, playlist owner. I mean, like having a good friend who has a big playlist is like mandatory if you want to be someone on Spotify. So you need to pay people to be on a playlist. So then you get played, and you have also like imagine you are, for example, interviewing a label, a record label, or a music company. What do you do when you are an artist nobody know? Well, you buy streams. You really go like when you remember when you used to pay a fake Instagram followers? Well, you do the same. You buy your own streams to get a big amount of streams. So then you can go to the record company and says, look, I'm viral, man. And because in those companies, they have not good hires, they don't have good agencies like us, they say, oh yes, you have 1 million streams, you must be popular, let's send you a contract or something. And then, well, you have to spend your money to get more and more followers. And what is making me a little bit sad is that now we are back in the one who gets the most with everything. And this is bad because there was a time where talent was still driving this industry. So I'm pretty sad that actually yes, you have to be short. If your short is efficient, or if you have a good numbers of streamings, if you are like in every playlist in the world because you put 10K or 20K or something like that, yeah, you get some fake popularity. And this is why at the end of the pandemic, tour will be back. And I hope that Spotify, because he's the leader, they will lead through making the things right, because Spotify, they did a lot of good stuff. I mean, if it was not for Spotify, the music industry would be dead today, maybe. Let's be honest with Scott. I mean, what Spotify did for the music is incredible, and the other platforms are too small to say that they had an impact. Like Tidal, you can be Tidal and not means anything at the end. So if you are iTunes or Spotify, you mean something in the music. And I was thinking, it's just it's just that we need to get back to how a kid in his bedroom with a guitar, with real raw talent, can become a rock star. Can we do that again? Is this still possible? And at the same time, and I'm pretty sure maybe Thomas will join me on this one, everybody can produce music. I produce music. I will not give you my artist name, but I produce music. It's very bad music. Nobody listens beside my fake followers. And I'll be honest with you, what is good about that is everybody is getting their hands on music. I love a company that is from Germany called Native Instruments. Maybe you know them. Native Instruments, they do incredible piece of hardware and softwares called Machine, MT3, and stuff like that. And it's a great company. You should have them on Disruption Talk, by the way. Native Instruments. And actually, what is great is that for today, for €100, you can become a producer. That's a fact. You can become a music producer and become your own David Guetta, or you can become your own artist. And of course, people are using the rules, to make money. But the good pro, and to me that's the more important, everybody can make music. And if you want to change your job to become a full-time musician and eat stones for the rest of your day, but if this is what is making you happy, you should do it, right? Because for $100 you can become a music producer, and this is what I'm retaining from this. I can be a music producer, and we didn't have the time to speak about 3D printing, but it's the same. Thanks to everything we have today, we can become what we want to be, and this is great news. So of course people are manipulating things to get better results, but you get a chance, and that's the more important. We have a chance.
So
I don't know if this answers the question, but I hope it will do it.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. Thomas would tell us if it didn't in the comments, I'm sure. So, Thierry, thank you so much for the response, and thank you so much for this entire hour and the nuggets of wisdom you've shared with us. So before saying goodbye, I think we owe our audience a shameless plug. So everyone who would like to speak to their customers better, go to Everyone by Thierry and reach out to him, to the LinkedIn page, to the website. He's all there waiting for your message. And likewise, if you have a project or a digital need that you'd like to discuss, it's this guy from the speakers. So thank you.
NetGuru is the best way to go. Go to those guys. They are the best in the game. And I would never develop a page again myself. This is over.
Thank you. Thank you for those words of recognition. Okay, so Thierry, thank you so much once again, and hopefully see you soon in another interview.
Have a great day, everybody. Add me on LinkedIn. Bye.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye.